This is the third time I have tried to make this video. Hey everybody, Jacob here. Just wanted to try and make a video talking about why I haven't uploaded at all this week. And it's for a couple of reasons. Before we get into those, I just want to start by saying the channel has 250 subscribers now, which is insane to me. I did not think that this channel, or anything that I do really, would get any kind of real attention, which was fine with me. So I wasn't expecting 100, I was expecting 50 subscribers ever, much less 250, which even though every single video does not get 250 views, there are not 250 people that watch every single video. What that means is that 250 individual people, well, I assume individual people, at some point saw the channel and liked it enough to click subscribe. That's insane to me. I don't think I even personally know 250 people. So that's incredible. Hello, everyone. Anyone that may have recently subscribed, hello. This channel is not dead. It is not a dead channel. It will probably never be a dead channel until I am dead, or YouTube is dead, whatever comes first. Because that's, or the internet is dead. Whichever one of those things comes first. But it's because it's like a hobby of mine. It's something that I enjoy doing. I like playing fun video games. I like making the content. And usually the main reason behind it is if I find something cool, like I find a cool video game, then I just have this inborn need to share it with other people. It's like I have to show this to somebody. And so that's why I make videos. Mostly, but yeah. So lots been going on this week that has. That's why I just haven't been feeling it. I haven't been feeling anything. There's laundry that needs put up. There's dishes that need done, and there were videos that I wanted to make, but I instead just wanted. All I've wanted to do is just sleep, and that is so unlike me. And that's anybody that knows me knows that that is very unlike me. So that should give you. So I hope that gives you an idea of just how much I have not been feeling it. And the reason is so for anybody that has been following for a minute, my wife has kidney problems, and she's needing a kidney transplant. I know back in May I uploaded a couple videos where we went up to Rochester, Minnesota, to the Mayo Clinic, where she will be having the transplant done because we have been unbelievably fortunate, incredibly blessed. I still, there's a part of me that still does not believe that it is real how incredibly, unbelievably lucky and blessed we've been. That because of the insurance she has, the transplant is going to be, like, the actual transplant procedure itself and anything directly related to it is going to be 100% paid for by the insurance, like no questions asked. Provided that we go to a Mayo Clinic, and the closest one is in Minnesota, so that's why we were up there. But back in May, we went up there for the first time, not so she could have the transplant, but so that they could, basically so that we could get familiar with the Mayo Clinic, so that she could meet her care team, the doctor that she would be talking to up there. We met with a surgeon. I don't know if it's the surgeon that would be doing the procedure, but and then just a bunch of other people. We had to meet with a pharmacist. We had to meet with she had to meet with like a social worker, all kinds of things. So that's what that was, and we it was sort of like a somber thing because it's like, you know, we're having to do this and go up here because of a serious medical issue, but we tried to have fun with it and make it a fun thing. But yeah, I realized that it might have been a little bit confusing because I uploaded 3 videos called Transplant Journey and then like did not say anything else about it. So has not had the transplant. She still needs a kidney transplant, but we had to go up there basically to just get established with the Mayo Clinic so that she could get put on the donor list, which she has. Since then, she's been put on UNOS. I don't know what that acronym stands for, but basically it is the Deceased donor list. Um, and now it is kind of just a waiting game. And the unfortunate part is the average wait time for a deceased donor kidney from the Mayo Clinic is 3 to 5 years. And we, her doctor, her local kidney doctor that she has, um, started referring her to transplant centers when her kidneys were at 20% functionality. And the way kidneys work is once they drop to 15% and below is when you start feeling real sick and needing dialysis. So he wanted to try and get her a transplant before she needed dialysis. And that was kind of the same consensus with the Mayo Clinic. So that's why we sent out a bunch of referrals to transplant centers. When we found out about the Mayo Clinic, we went up there, we got all that done. And then we got word that, because it's a whole thing, I'm not going to try and go into big detail, but it's just one of those classic American healthcare system things that even though she obviously needs a kidney to live and not die, they still had to basically I don't know, like, think of it like a board meeting, basically a medical board had to review her case specifically and determine whether or not she was eligible for being put on the donor list for needing a kidney. And it was the most ridiculous thing, because at first they told her that there were two things she had to do. She had to get back on antidepressants and establish herself with a therapist before she could be considered. And then after she did that, which we did that basically immediately when we got back home, and it was like a 2 week wait before they would reevaluate. And then they reevaluated, and it was like another 2 week wait for the result of that. And then she got put on the list. So just be advised, if you're ever needing something like that. Apparently, if you have mental problems you're not addressing, if you're not physically healthy enough, then they can just tell you no. Apparently, which I get, there are medical reasons behind it. There are legitimate medical reasons behind it, where basically, just for example, really quick, if you're morbidly obese, like if you're 500 pounds, then medically speaking, a kidney would be wasted on you. Which is a fucked up thing to say, but it is a medical fact. At least as it was pretty cut and dry explained to us by the doctors at the Mayo Clinic and the surgeon at the Mayo Clinic. So there are medical reasons why they would deny you, but it wasn't one of those things where it's like, well, they wouldn't just say, oh, you're too fat, so get out of here. They would tell you, well, we can do the gastric sleeve for you and then give you this other stuff and help you try and lose some weight so that we can then reevaluate you. They will help you, but they won't put you on the list, if that makes sense. But anyways, so she got put on the list, which was great, and that's just a waiting game now. But at the beginning of this week, we went back for her regular 3-month checkup with her local kidney doctor, and the tests that they ran, her kidney function came back at 16%. So, like I just said earlier, when you hit 15 and below is when you start feeling really sick. The lower your kidneys functions drop, the sicker you feel. Things start happening, like you'll start retaining fluids, and your kidneys just can't keep up with cleaning the toxins and stuff out of your blood. And it's when you need to start dialysis. So her doctor told her that she needs to go ahead and get a catheter for peritoneal dialysis put in her abdomen, her stomach, basically. And the way that works is it's a type of dialysis where it uses the peritoneum in your abdomen as like a membrane, right? And then it exchanges fluid through that membrane and basically uses that membrane to help filter the toxins out of your body without needing to basically put a line directly into your veins, and which is what hemodialysis is, which is where it physically directly cleans your blood, which is costly. It's more costly. You can do it at home, but you have to have like extra plumbing set up in your house, because of the way that it needs to like drain and stuff like that. Or you can go 3 times 3 times a week for like 3 to 5 hours to a dialysis center and have it done. And the peritoneal one can be done at home while you're sleeping. It's literally where you hook a catheter up to a machine, and it from like one IV bag it pumps fluid in, and like just fills your abdomen with fluid, and then it sits, it cleans everything, and then it filters it back out, and it does that while you're sleeping. But you can also, depending on the type of job you have, that's type of dialysis you can do at work, multiple times a day. It's for people that have less sedentary lifestyles that work regularly and stuff like that. It is just a better type of dialysis. No type of dialysis is good, but it's the better option. But anyways, so he wants to go ahead and have her have that catheter put in. So next month she has to have surgery. Jesus Christ, did my computer just explode? Next month she has to have surgery to basically have the catheter put in. So they're gonna cut her open, they're gonna put the catheter where it needs to be, they're gonna like basically tuck it in and then sew it back up, so that if and realistically when she needs to start dialysis, they don't have to rush her to the ER. Like, it won't be a situation where she gets real sick and then they have to, then it would be like a lengthy ER stay. And the reason is because, so they would still have to, because how do I explain it? If we wait until she needs dialysis, then she will have to go to the hospital and stay in the hospital and be on hemodialysis for however long it takes for her surgery date, if that makes sense. And then they still have to put that in and then wait for that to heal and then start that dialysis and take her off hemodialysis. Whereas if you put the catheter in earlier, then when the time comes, you just start hemodialysis. They literally just make a decision, pull the catheter out, and you start peritoneal dialysis. I was gonna say I know a lot about this. I don't. I know nothing about it, but I know a lot more about it than what I did like 3 months ago. So yeah, so that's what that is going on there, and because of all of that, I've been not feeling it, because it's one of those things where even though you try to have the best outlook and just see the silver linings, it is one of those things where no matter how hard you try, just stress and depression can permeate everything and just make you not want to do anything, and that is what has happened and where I have been. So TLDR, basically she needs to have surgery next month to have a catheter put in her abdomen, so that if her kidney function drops any lower, which realistically it will, she will be able to fairly quickly and easily start dialysis. And that has been stressful for a whole other reason, not just the fact that she has to go through all these procedures and go through all of this, but because the knowledge of not knowing how much, if any, of the surgery itself to have the catheter put in the insurance is going to pay for. And because even though they're paying for the transplant, they're paying for the transplant. So when the transplant happens, the big ticket item, thank God we don't have to worry about that. But it's the little things along the way, the smaller medical procedures that add up over time. So it's like it's her lab work every 3 months, the bill for that, the co-pays for the office visits, there was a CT scan she had to have the other day that was like $600 or something, when it got to us. So it's one of those things where, and those are the kind of things, because of the kind of person I am, that's always in the back of my mind. So it's like, how much is this procedure going to cost out of pocket? And when dialysis starts, because dialysis as a whole, over the course of a year or however long you need it, is fucking expensive. So it's like, what percentage of that will the insurance pay for versus how much is that going to cost us every month. So finance things have been stressing me out, and yeah, that's basically it. So that's where I've been. That's why I haven't uploaded anything this week. But I will try and be back next week. But I'm not gonna make any promises, um, because she has another doctor's appointment next week, and there's just a lot of busy stuff going on. But what I have been doing, I've been recording Cry of Fear, because I did a little poll asking what people wanted me to play for Halloween this year, and I've gone ahead and started recording Cry of Fear, so that because next month is September and we're halfway through August, so that when October rolls around, I don't have to worry about trying to get those edited or out. I want to have them recorded by the end of this month, edited by the end of September, and then they can just start rolling out in October, and I don't have to fucking worry about it. So I have been doing that. It's not like I haven't been doing anything. I have been doing things here and there, actually taking care of the house and things, and trying to do things for the channel. But yeah, and I will try and have something up next week. But I'm not gonna make any promises. But there's like an 80% chance that there will be something up next week that is more lighthearted and not serious. But anyways, if you watched this far, you are a fucking saint, and I love you, and I appreciate you, and thank you everyone that has subscribed and that is supporting the channel and that is supporting me, friends, family, and people that I have never met. And my friends and family know I love them, so I'm going to take this moment to say, especially the people I've never met, if you're here and you're for it and you're enjoying the channel and you're being supportive, you are the real MVPs, because that is fucking wild. That is insane. I do not have the best social skills. I'm just going to out myself and say the reality of my situation. Realistically, I don't have the best social skills when it comes to strangers. I'm not good at like small talk and stuff. So people that have the ability to easily and sincerely and genuinely support complete strangers just trying to do what they like and get through their lives is fucking unreal to me. And you guys are the real MVPs. Okay. I think that's everything. So, thanks everyone so much for watching, and I will see each and every one of you in whatever video comes next. Goodbye.